Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock, which means it's time for a Hidden Gems. This is where I take a trick from a project. It could be a book, it could be a Masterclass or a Penguin Live or an Alakazam Academy or something like that. And I highlight it to you because the problem with magicians, and I do this as well as everyone else, is we're always looking for that super shiny trick, that latest and greatest trick that's going to make us famous. And a lot of the time, we forget about the tricks that have come out in the years gone by. But we do stand on the shoulders of giants, and a lot of the tricks that people dismiss because they're older, they're the best tricks. You know, a lot of the stuff that's coming out these days wouldn't touch some of the routines that came out 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. And today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite books and a specific routine from one of my favorite books. Now, this book is something special. It's called Miracle Material, a book of close-up magic. How simple can you get? Miracle Material, a book of close-up magic, and it's by Michael Kaminskas. Now, if you haven't already done so, please go check out the Talk Magic that I did with Michael Kaminskas. He is absolutely incredible. First of all, you should go check out his online shop because he sells the best cups and balls on the market. I bumped into him recently at Magic Live. He is an incredible guy. He is so talented in so many different ways, and he knows so much about magic. This book was a game changer for me. I mean, when I got this book, I couldn't have been happier. This book was suggested to me by Mark Mason. So I went into JB Magic and in Blackpool, that was when Mark was still based in Blackpool, and I went into the shop and I asked him to recommend a book, and he recommended this. And I'm so happy that he did recommend this because it is such a great book full of killer material. Now, I'm going to talk about a particular trick in a minute from here, but my advice would be to do whatever you can to get a copy of this book. Now, it was published by L&L Publishing, and L&L Publishing's entire back catalogue was bought by Murphy's Magic, and a lot of the books that they bought, they then put out as ebooks. So I would be willing to bet that this is available somewhere as an ebook, and if it is, you want to do whatever you can do to get a hold of it. Now, what I like about the book, there's several things I like. First of all, there's no weak material in here. Everything is super strong. And it's divided into a whole bunch of sections. So the first section is the pasteboards, and it's all routines with playing cards, obviously. Then cash on hand, which is all money magic. Miscellaneous is miscellaneous, obviously. And then you've got your curtain call. You know when Michael Amar gives you a forward that you know that this book is going to be good. Now, some of the card material is absolutely amazing. He's got an incredible version of Triumph. He's got an incredible cut and restored card. There is a version from memory. Which one is it? Rainbow Connection, I think, 24. There's a really good version of 24. Where am I looking? Hang on a minute. Bear with me because I really want to tell you about this. There's a really good version of Rainbow Connection. Here we go. Yes, so there is a very good version of John Bannon's routine, Stranger's Gallery. And he actually says here, this routine is based on Stranger's Gallery by John Bannon. The reason behind the changes in this routine is supreme. When I first witnessed Stranger's Gallery, I knew immediately this routine would become a classic, and it has become. But what he's done here is eliminate the gimmicked cards in favour of a little sleight of hand. So if you know the original John Bannon Stranger's Gallery, which I performed on this channel before, it uses gimmick cards. And at the end, the deck changes colour, but you've got 3 gimmicks in view. This routine is completely ungimmicked, which means that everything is examinable. But even though it's ungimmicked, you still get exactly the same routine. And it's very clever how he's actually routined it together. Just knowing the original Stranger's Gallery and then reading this and looking through his thoughts as to how to actually, why he did what he did, will make you a better magician from a creativity point of view. There's rope routines in here. There's some amazing coin routines in here. There's some really interesting thoughts on the bill switch. However, the routine that I want to talk to you about today is a routine that I've performed for a very, very long time. and it's one of my favourite routines out of the book. It's called Candy Caper, and let me read the effect to you. Relating the story of a world-famous candy thief, Mr. Sweet Tooth, the performer opens a packet of candy by tearing a corner of the wrapper completely. After pouring out a few of the tasty treats, the torn corner is visibly restored and the bag is completely sealed and it's given out. Incredible, right? And I want to read you out the comments that he's put here. I would classify this routine as a visual quickie. It could have easily been left out when I was selecting material for this book. However, it met the following criteria. It's not a card trick. It's not a coin trick. It's got a lot of entertainment value. It uses the gimmick deceptively and it appears impromptu. And it's easy to do. All of that is very, very true. Now, I've performed this for many, many years. And when I was working restaurants on a regular basis, I used to perform this in restaurants like all of the time, especially if I was going over to a table with kids on it, because I'd say to the kids, hey, do you ever sneak down and sneak some snacks out the snack cupboard? Because I used to do that all the time as a kid. Yeah, have you ever been caught? I never got caught. Let me tell you why I never got caught. I never got caught because I was learning magic. And let me tell you what I did. And it's a great hook for the routine. But also, this works really well in a kid's show. Because the thing with kids shows, right, and Michael Kaminskas, I don't think is a kids entertainer. So I don't think he thought about this routine as a routine for a kids show. But here's the thing, when you're doing a kids show, one of the things that you want to think about is you want to think about the hook. In other words, how do you hook the kids' attention? Handkerchiefs, they're just not interesting for kids. I'm going to do you a trick with a handkerchief. They don't really care. If you make the handkerchief about something they care about, then they become interested. It's why colouring routines are so popular, because kids love colouring in, right? Well, it's the same with this. No matter what age, kids steal candy. They just do, right? Kids just steal candy from wherever, from the candy drawer in the kitchen or whatever it may be. And that's a great hook. You know, you go and you say, hey, who's ever snuck down into the kitchen when mom and dad aren't looking and they've taken some candy without anyone realizing it? Yeah. Who got caught? Yeah. Who would like to know here how to never get caught? Well, you just have to learn magic. Let me show you. And then you go into this routine. I guarantee you every single child in that audience wants to know how to do what you've just done. To them, if they could do real magic, they would do something like this. I kind of categorize it in a very similar way to the self-tying shoelaces. The beautiful thing about the self-tying shoelaces is kids hate tying their shoes. They hate learning how to tie their shoes. You tie your shoes by magic in front of the kids, and immediately that's something they buy into and they want to learn themselves. Well, it's the same with this, which is why it's such a good routine to perform in so many different situations. So let's just have a quick look at a performance of it. It's very quick, but you'll get an idea of exactly what it is. So I bring out a packet of Skittles, and I say, hey, you know what? I'm talking to all of the kids here on this Zoom call right now. Do you ever try to sneak food from the kitchen when your mom and dad aren't looking? Because I used to do that as a kid. What I used to do, I used to sneak down in the middle of the night into the kitchen. I used to open up the fridge, find something to eat it, and then put it back. And then the next day I would deny doing that completely. I remember my unfinest hour was eating an entire cheesecake to myself one day. It's terrible. I'm such a pig. Anyway, that whole thing changed for me when I learned how to do magic, because when you learn how to do magic, you can take food without people realizing it, and they won't even know. Let me show you what I mean. So I've got these Skittles right here, and I want to show you what you do as a magician. Look, what you'd do is you'd sneak down and you'd open up your Skittles. Let me just put that there for a minute. You then take some out, right? So you take some out, and we'll just eat these. Now, you take your piece, and you do that, and you can actually seal that back up again. And we have a full packet of Skittles completely sealed up. Boom. So there you go, that's Candy Caper by Michael Kaminskas. It is one of the best tricks I've ever seen. That's not a card trick, not a coin trick. Miracle material is amazing. It's definitely something that you guys need to learn. And as I flick through it, I just keep looking at all these different routines and thinking, oh yeah, that one's really good, that one's really good. And you know what I really like? in the book, he's got all these little kind of tips that run throughout the book. Close-up tips. This one's number 8. I think there's a whole bunch of them. There's tons of them, right? I'm up to number 13 here. And these are just little tips from somebody who's been there and done it for many, many years. This one, for example, shimmering silver. If you use silver coins in your act, make sure they're real silver and not the newer clad coins. Silver is easier to palm, especially if you tend to have oily skin. In addition, they make a richer sound as they strike each other, and they really catch the available light in the room, giving the coin a glow. This last point is very important, especially if you perform in dimly lit areas in a restaurant or a bar. Yes, they are more expensive, but well worth the price. These little tips are something that you don't see these days. Unfortunately, with single trick releases that come out every single day, a lot of the time they lack substance. It's like a 5-minute tutorial with just music over the top, as opposed to this, which is a very old school approach to teaching magic, and it's exceptional. So if you learn nothing out of this book other than candy capers, it's worth the while, but I think you will learn more magic from this as well. Like I say, it is available as an ebook. You might be able to get a physical copy from somewhere, have a look around, but it is available as an ebook, and it is well worth picking up. So there you go, guys. That's another hidden gems in the bag. Do me a favor, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you have the book? Do you perform candy capers? What do you think of it? Are there any other routines in the book that you specifically gravitate to? I'd love to know. And don't forget, if you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I'm going to be back again tomorrow with 3 videos, one at 6, one at 2, and one at 9. Don't forget, if you want to join the Netrix, you can do so right now by going to www.thenetrix.com, and you can sign up for a month and see what all the fuss is about. I'm going to be back again soon. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.